Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another episode of The Gloving Paradigm, where I'm your host, Peter, aka LPD, the cringiest Glover on YouTube.
Well, that's kind of a broad statement.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I made myself sad.
So, as you guys can probably tell, I'm wearing another hat again. I'm sitting in my chair in front of my computer and hanging out in my closet like always, with all my stuff that I just have everywhere. Yeah, I know it's not that impressive, but whatever. So, I hope you guys been enjoying some of the different styles of content as I continue going forward with this campaign of different style of content. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call it that. Here we are. So I've been talking to some of the other Glovers in WWG and on Facebook and all this other stuff, and a thing that a lot of people have been liking the idea of is me going to different platforms and watching people's content there. Mostly just because, yeah, we have Facebook groups, but we have other platforms that we hang out with. You guys already seen my episode on Reddit, which I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was pretty good, in my opinion. At least I thought it was good. I don't know. A lot of you guys watched my Gloving ASMR video, which I thought was a banger of an episode that I worked on, but apparently nobody was interested in watching that. Yeah. Figure as much. So this week we're going to be going to Instagram, and instead of watching the top videos, because I realized when I go on the computer to use Instagram is just weird. I'm not saying that the people who use Instagram are weird. I just mean when it comes to using it on the desktop computer, Instagram is weird. I don't really get to have the options of filtering through the things I want to filter, so a little caveat when it comes to this particular episode of Instagram is, yes, I know there's a lot of 1-minute clips, which is a very common thing to see on Instagram, I guess. I'm going to try to find IGTV videos so we can actually watch full-length stuff. Like, yeah, I know there's people who come up with new, cool concepts that they throw in a minute, but I would rather focus on a full show, whether it's a finger show or a light show or a glove show, depending on who's throwing the show. And that way, it just makes a little bit more better content, in my opinion. I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys have told me before when I did this with pit battles, I like to see more comments about it, if you guys are liking it. So, I hope you guys enjoy what I do in this episode, and we're just going to hop right in.
Good thing I brought my vape. A few moments later.
Alrighty everybody, so here we are. This is Instagram. This is where the magic's going to be happening. So as you can see, I already typed in hashtag gloving because I don't need you guys seeing what I do on my Instagram as it is, because it's just a bunch of boring crap as it always has been. Unless you guys like looking at my dog and some of my mid-tier shows. Okay.
Maybe you're just a coward.
Alright, so first things first, I'm going to put out some caveats about this particular showing. First things first, no, I'm not going to do little clips. I'm going to be looking for IGTV videos. I'm also going to be avoiding any of the company sponsored or features that they have on here as well. They're companies, they get enough exposure as it is, and you know what? Everybody in the Gloving community should know who these ones are. They're helping people get exposure as well. So I'm trying to avoid redundancy, I guess is the word I'm going to be looking for or using here. So I'm going to be focusing on those. And the other reason why I want to focus on IGTV videos is because they're full length. I don't want to sit here and watch 60 seconds of a show and then just be like, that was a cool clip, and then walk away, because I just don't feel like I can say a lot. But I would rather like to show a full competency show. Third caveat, I gotta say this because I know the YouTube gods are probably watching, if not just, using their bots to attack me.
Please don't.
I'm going to try to have this not monetized because I know copyright's going to come and hit, and I already read a lot of the changes to YouTube's changed its services in terms of monetization. So it doesn't even matter if they lose copyright. I'm most likely not going to make money off of this anyways. So, yeah.
My emotions! My emotions!
Alright, let's go ahead and get right into this. We're going to have to scroll a lot. First thing I will certainly say, it says top posts here. We're just going to avoid that because they're just top posts, and you know, that's just memes and stuff. Okay, here's our first IGTV video, as you can see by this indicator here, and so we're going to go ahead and give it a go. So, to start things off, we're going to watch Devin Juicy Flow's IGT video. So I actually know this guy. He pops in and out of WWG a lot of the times, so it's good to see that his videos are showing up very recently. And we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So, Mr. Juicy Flows, show me what you got.
Show us what you got!
Nice finger roll transition into clusters. That was actually really nice. Really like your sequencing there. They went really well with the music. Keeps the trend going. It's a nice, good, quick transition into liquid flails and things of that nature. Back into your tech. Interesting liquid concepts. Going right back into clusters. Nice creature. Interesting. Excellent grid work. Really enjoy seeing that. You can definitely see dancing background techniques being used here. Very, very nice. Alright. I see you, Juicy Flows. I see you too. Really interesting show. As somebody kind of suggested to me in one of the comments for some of these videos, to try to speak more towards the audience instead of the person who threw the show, which Okay, I'm going to attempt that. So, if you're somebody who's not really familiar with the gloving world or the gloving community, one of the things that we really like to utilize is the amount of space that is provided for us. If you didn't notice or you are not well trained or familiar with this, we like to use wide-angle lenses or fisheye lenses. The reason being is so we can capture as much as we possibly can. If you notice a little bit earlier with his show, he in particularly was showing concepts that he kind of came down a little bit too low like this, and so we started missing out what's going on. We know that his hand's doing stuff down here, but we're not seeing it. That's where, as you can see, probably you're seeing a good amount of room without my wide-angle lens I'm using, which is a smaller wide-angle lens than the other one I use. You would probably only see about this much. Actually, if you recall from the first part of the episode before I cut over to this, that's a little bit more or less of a wide-angle lens. I think wasn't even using one. Who cares?
I care.
So, to somebody who is looking to get into gloving and recording your shows, you don't have to have it, but if you want to get a good weight that you don't have to worry as much about being in frame and stuff, fisheye lens or wide-angle lens are the ways you want to go. There's already a whole debacle between the differences between using a fisheye or a wide-angle lens. Some people are wide-angle lens purists, people are the fisheye aficionados. I didn't mean to say it that way, but that's how it came out.
Fucking idiot.
So yes, that is something that I will say to my audience, that if you're going to be doing recordings, you don't have to, but it makes it a lot easier on yourself to not have to worry about if you're in that perfect, small, tiny, easy little frame that you have without the lens, you know. So, or unless you have one of the more newer cameras where you have like 3 camera lenses all in one, it's cool, a lot of cameras. But okay, I think I've babbled on enough times, so let's go ahead and try to find another video, shall we? Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so we got Kim Flows as our next contestant. So, Miss King Flows, I believe. Show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
So, I guess we can move on to find another one, shall we?
A little longer than a few minutes later.
This is Blur Light Shows. So, Blur is a pretty popular name in the gloving community. Everybody should know who this is. She's, if I remember correctly, she's sponsored by TL. Don't quote me on that. I know there's some affiliation there. Definitely push the gloving community forward. Definitely puts a lot out in terms of gloving content and watching in terms of light shows and things of that nature and finger shows. So I don't think I need to go much further into this. So without further ado, I think we just need to go ahead and start watching. So Blur, show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
Interesting mask. Kind of seeing those getting popular within the gloving community.
walking out of my body with you. I feel alone, feel at home, feel like nothing is true. She took me to a place where my senses gave way.
Really liking the trails on these.
What the people say, climbing up, killing time, let them give you some. Take my hand and let it come, let it come, let it take it back where she knows that you're doing it right. 'Cause everybody else knows what they're taking tonight.
Very classic, kind of a golden era style of gloving right here. Is how I feel about it. Oh, that's Jane. Gotta love those diffuser caps.
It's so far, I've been walking the line of my own. Lift me up to the stars, we are coming home. I only had a chance, but we're out of time. We are souls on a cold physical design. Set me free, set me out on the run. Lift me up to the sun, to the sun, to the sun.
Oh, interesting.
It's the way that you fake it, I know it's too
Definitely 2014, 2013 era. Very classic mode changes too. No change. There's some level of showmanship when it comes to this mask, I'm just saying. Alright. I sees you. First of all, definitely sees you. To my audience members who are not familiar with some of these things, the first thing I was going to say, what you have seen on her fingertips were known as diffuser caps. What these are is that we have these little things that go on top of our light bulbs, are called diffusers, and they diffract the light in a way to help either color blend the colors because of the diodes that we use, so on and so forth. I have plenty of content on my channel that discuss that, and for the link, go check out my programming theory. You will understand that intro to Color Theory is another one. My Color Theory section you should also go check out to understand that a little bit further. So I'm not going to go into details about that. But having the diffuser caps, you're allowed to put on things that actually show shapes. So when you get those trails, like she was doing a lot, you actually get to see the shapes throughout the space, and it's actually really, really cool. I will certainly say to my audience, this definitely gave me the vibe of like 2013, 2014 era gloving. And it's not anything against her. I think that's probably where a lot of her influence comes from, as a lot of new glovers actually have a lot of their influence comes from that particular era in gloving, as opposed to myself, where I am an old head who had the OG era of gloving being their major influence. So really, really enjoyed it. I will say this show is a very good example known as proof of concept. And what I mean by proof of concept is that the concept provided here with showing is that how well the mask can be used in a showmanship capacity that can really elevate the show in some form or another. But I don't think I need to go much further into detail on that. So without further ado, I think we should continue forward to find another video to watch. Yeah. So we have here Mr. Phantom Gloving, which I know who this is. This is Mr. Danny Phantom himself. I certainly hope that he's been doing really well. And we're just gonna go ahead and watch this. So, Mr. Danny Phantom, show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
Just listen.
Interesting opening. Very strong. Those clusters go, man. Clusters. Very nice. All right, Mr. Danny Phantom, I see what you're doing there, and it is very nice. You have certainly probably taken my advice from when I was talking about you in my Pit Battles video that you slowed down, especially when it came to your cluster concepts. They were slow, very controlled, very good. And of course, just like I've been told, you can go slower. But I would certainly say that you did a really good job. It was very nice paced, everything good for you, my guy. To my audience members, as you can see, when it comes to listening to the music, it's not necessarily a necessity that I would say you have to hit all those little notes, especially when you have something that's so pronounced and up in the front of your cortex, where you're hearing a lot of those 16th note sounds. You know, a lot of people would actually use that to like go really, really crazy to go off some really cool trail effects. Which, yes, that would be really cool, and that would be really cool in terms of sense of musicality. But he went a different approach and allowed himself to kind of be more controlled, to pull off with his presence and his positionings, to actually get away with a lot of things that he was working on. Right, so going with that sense, that's how he kind of pulled a lot of that stuff off. Just wanted to say that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and find another video. Yeah.
5 minutes later.
Alright. Next up, we have... I don't know how to pronounce that. Who is Relics? Who is Relics? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out by watching your show. So, Relics. I think that's how to say it. Show me what you got. Okay, Mr. Relics, show me what you got. Okay, working on his threading rolls, as I usually call them, because they're doing finger rolls while threading at the same time, or braiding, as some people like to call it. Definitely see that you're trying your finger rolls. Make sure you're getting them nice and flat though. You're curling too much of a Pringle here. I haven't seen the whole dive thing in a long time. Very common with impactors when they do it with their thumb, but you just do it with your hand with another way, you know? Nice little wind up there. As you can see here, he's getting a little repetitious. I have a feeling that he might not know where he wants to go, or he doesn't know where to go from here. Which is totally understandable. I get into those points myself. Okay, at least you understand the music enough to know when to start changing things up when you hit certain points of the song. Okay. Interesting that you had your light on and then you turned it off. I have a pretty good feeling that I am looking at bulbs, but don't quote me on that. Okay. So first things first, I need to back up here because I think I saw it change to a blinking. So if that is the case, then that tells me it is an accelerometer, therefore it's a macro chip or programmable or progs, as I've heard people say before in the past.
12 seconds later.
Oh, okay. Okay, alright, so that is the case here that you do have. Okay. So, very interesting show. This person does have programmables. I had to do a quick review to make sure that I was seeing what I was seeing before I deliberate. So, to my audience members, this is a good case of somebody who's just starting out on their own. And they're really excited to get into the stuff, which is really exciting. I don't know how far this person is into their show, or into their gloving journey, but I will certainly say it has a lot of things going for them in the whips and dynamic moveset category. See, that's primarily where they were. So this person has a long ways to go. I will certainly say, just as a way that will help my audience members, when it comes to your finger rolls, make sure you're getting those nice flat palms back here. This is what you need to be focusing on when you watch me do my finger rolls. See how they stay nice and flat and parallel to the floor. Yes, you can come and curl. You can do this stuff, but you got to come to a flat point when you come back around. Boom, flat point. Boom, flat point. Boom, flat point. Boom, flat point. You know, in one smooth motion, you will see how it's still there. That's pretty much all I would say. Is definitely just start working on your fundamentals. Just keep going. You got a long ways to go. Do not rush yourself. Okay. A lot of people like to rush themselves. Do not rush. All right. When you are starting to get into gloving, you want to take your time. It is a journey. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Okay. And don't let that discourage you.
Keep it up, guys! You're doing great!
Alright, we are going to keep on going and find, I think 2 more videos maybe. 2 more videos will be enough for this recording.
Much later.
So we have we have Snorlax again, showing up with another show. And this time, if I remember correctly, in my Reddit video, he was doing a glove show, which if you don't know what that is when you are practicing with gloves on without lights. So it's just the gloves, no lights. It's a glove show. So you got finger show, glove show, and light show. Get it?
We know.
Maybe. So, Mr. Snorlax, or Wavy Gravy on Instagram, show me what you got.
Show us what you got.
No cap. I'm the one that have it too. Yeah. Feeding for your love every damn day. Put my love above, drive me insane. A little Hennessy, a lot of insane.
Alright. Really starting to your tech.
But it's too late. Sorry for inconveniences and most swags. Slides fucking to bitches sipping cool.
Let's transition to your liquid finger rolls right there.
Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. You know that I got you. Hey, shorty, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. You know that I got you. Hey, shorty, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. You know that I got you. Hey, shorty, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. You know that I got you. Hey.
Yeah, baby girl, you know you hit the target. Beautiful and sweeter than a box of Boston markers. Put a stone on you like the diamond was once lost in the Arctic. You know you with the Bugatti in, the way that you parked it. Respect my reflection on your better
Very
kid.
nice.
My queen move with proper royal and prosthetic kid. Blossom together, even when I became a predicate. Shit, funny how we started off as friends with benefits.
Very interesting, distorting the field of vision like that.
Some shit you gotta let her be. Ride or die loyal, mommy you never switch. Build an empire together, now we forever rich. I got you.
Feeding for your love every damn day. Put my love above, drive me insane. A little Hennessy, a lot of insane. Baby, make a movie with me, Blu-ray. Couldn't save me from.
Alright. I see you, Snorlax. Well, I always see you, you know. Yeah, this is somebody I hang out with quite a bit a lot of times when he's on WWG as well, when I'm chilling out there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. He definitely has a lot of flow-based concepts going for him. I know I've seen him throw very tech-heavy shows, so I know he's very, very well diverse, and I know exactly how he goes about it. So, what you guys did see is that he was doing a lot of his techs, and then he went into his finger rolls kind of deal, right? And getting into the finger rolls, and then he started doing stuff like this. Beautiful transitioning, and a very great sense of changing things up while maintaining the mentality of concept. So, you know, he melded in from a tech base to a flow base, and then he just kind of melted different forms of flow-based concepts of liquid, together, and that was really, really nice. So if you are looking for ideas like that in terms of transitioning, Liquid's always a good transitional thing to use to go from one kind of concept to another. Yeah. So I think that pretty much covers on that point. Let's do one more video.
12 seconds later.
So we have here is the, I think, Shinobi Sloth. Oh, this was part of Dustin Snap Off Challenge. Oh, nice. It's nice to see that. So, gonna kind of spoil somebody's Snap Off video on this video, but you know what? Who knows? Who knows if this is even gonna show up on that stream for that? So, if it doesn't, at least you're getting featured here. Shinobi Sloth. I had to double check.
Oh, thanks, man.
So, Shinobi Sloth, show me what you got. Interesting. Huh. That was quite interesting. You went like this and immediately went to your attack right there. Interesting stops that you make. Classic little digiting going on there. Nice styling there. Pretty good. I like that. That was really good. So this really definitely showed me or helped me understand when it comes to some of the advice I've been getting from other people when it comes to my shows personally. I know Star Stream Tut's been telling me that I need to go slow in the very, very beginning, and it shows that level of progression. But it's not only that, it really helps people understand what I'm doing in the show, and people can see exactly how I get to my points. Especially somebody who has a lot of morphing type elements in his show. I get that. So this particular show showed me, in particular, why it's very, very important to start off very, very slow and not get into the fast dynamic movesets. right off the bat, unless the song really demands this. So if you guys remember from watching the beginning of his video, I'm going to show you how I would start this. Just by playing it, I'm just going to show you how I would begin to start. See, as I'm still going slow, I'm kind of picking up with the song. So, okay. So, that's the idea that I've been having to drill in my head personally to help me understand what I'm doing and how I need to approach this particular, well, not particular, but how to approach an introduction of a show. I have a tendency, as somebody who has deep morphing elements, tend to just start the pace and just maintain that pace throughout the show, which is a very common trait about morphing to a degree. So learning how to not only just get the show to start nice and slow and let that build up happen over the case of the show over time, as you can see with my hands, they started slow and then started going faster. That's the level of sense of progression that I can still pull off. So that's what this particular show really showed me about my personal show. So this person has a lot of concepts going for them. My only suggestion to them, if they are watching, is to slow down a bit. Let me see what you're doing with your hands. Accentuate those movements. You know what I mean? You can still have your big power dynamics. You just gotta really let those pauses and booms really be the impacting part of the show. But other than that, I think I don't need to do much more on this particular part. I think we're done at this point. So I certainly hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say in this episode. It was certainly fun for me to record because, I get to watch late show videos and talk about them while you guys are watching me talk about them, because that's kind of the thing I'm trying out now. If you have any questions or any suggestions you guys want to let me know about, so you have the various places you can hit me up at. You have the comment section down below on this video, you can let me know. You also have Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, all these other places that I post that you can also let me know what ideas in terms of watching content you guys want me to do. And of course, if you guys like the content I'm making and wish to help me make better content, you have the wonderful opportunity to support me on Ko-Fi. Yes, I do have a Ko-Fi. It is basically where people have been helping me out now. And, some people have been asking me to do some video edits for a small fee, and I've been doing that as well. So if you guys want to hear more about that, let me know. Other than that, I don't really think I need to go any further. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me in any various ways that you guys have deemed possible. But I am your host, Peter, aka LPD Dubuque, and I'll see you guys all next week.